everyone, I'm Rosie Hood. I'm a folk musician who works for Live Music Now. I'm making this video for you on how to play the ukulele. I'll show you how to play it, how to do some basic songs, and how it might be useful for music making with your children. So first things first, this is the ukulele, and the way that we hold it is you have the neck, that's this section, in your left hand, and the body, this section, in your right hand. So it sits this way. So a brief overview of the instrument. We have the body, which is hollow, so that the sound can bounce around to get louder to come out. We have the neck, and on the neck, these lines going across are your frets. So we'll talk about those when we make the chords. Up here, these white bits are the tuning pegs, and we turn those in order to tune the strings. And we have 4 strings on a ukulele. So we need to know which notes each of the strings should be tuned to. So we've got this one, which should be a G, which is C, E, A. And there's various different mnemonics that you can use to try and remember it. Some people use George Clooney eats apples, or goats can eat anything. Whatever you use that helps you to remember it. Okay, so we're going to tune our ukuleles. If you already know how to do this, just skip straight ahead. But for anyone who doesn't know, we're going to need a tuning app on our phones. And in the notes, you'll be able to see that I've put one in that I recommend. And I'm going to use it. It's called Pano Tuner. And I'll show you exactly what I'm seeing on my phone at the same time. So this first string, we have already learnt, needs to be a G. So if you give it a little pick, and you can see from the tuner that it's not quite in tune. You want to have that red line so that it's going right through the middle of the letter that you're aiming for. And at the moment, it's slightly to the left, which means it's a little bit lower than we want it to be. So we'd say that that's a bit flat. So to change that, I need to use the tuners on the ukulele. And you want to make the string a bit tighter, which will make the note a bit higher. So just do it incrementally and you'll be able to see it go up. So I'll show you. And you can see now that the little box above has gone green, so that when we're nearly in the right range, what you want it to be is right in the middle of that green panel. Perfect. So that G string is now tuned. So now we go on to the next string, which is our C string. So just check where that goes to and which tuner you're using. And this one is a little bit sharp, so it's a bit too high. So for this one, I want to make the string a little bit looser. So check which way it's going round and, oops, wrong way. So that was making it a bit sharper. There we go, right in the middle. So now that our ukuleles are tuned, we're going to learn how to play some chords. Now, chords are when you have lots of notes played together at the same time. So that is our C chord. which is going to be the first one that we learn. It's nice and easy, and it only requires using one finger on your left hand. So we're going to use our ring finger on the 1, 2, 3, third fret on our ukulele, and it's on the A string. So if you get comfortable with your ring finger on the third fret on the A string, then we're going to use our right hand to strum the note. So you can use the backs of your nails. And that gives you the C chord. Okay, on to our second chord. This one is A minor, and again, it only needs one finger for us to be able to play it. So this time we're going to use our middle finger of our left hand, and we're going to put it onto the second fret, 1, 2, this time on our G string. So just try and make sure that you only touch the one string at a time. You don't want to accidentally press across the other strings. So press there, all of the other strings we don't have any fingers on, and then we give it a strum. That's A minor. Okay, on to our third chord. This time we're going to need 2 fingers to be able to play it. This chord is F, and we're going to start off where we were with A minor. So for that, we've got our finger on the second fret of the G string, and then we want this finger, our index finger, to go onto the first fret of the E string. Okay, so once you've got comfortable holding both of those fingers there, then we can give this a strum to get F. Now we're on to our final chord that I'm going to teach you, and that is G. It's the trickiest one to play because you're going to need to use 3 fingers. First, we take our index finger and it goes onto our C string, our second string along, on the second fret. We then have our middle finger is also going to be on the second fret on our A string. So if you get comfortable with those fingers on there first, both the first and second fingers on the second frets of those strings, and then get your ring finger, and that is going to stretch to the string in between, to our E string, and it's going to be on the third fret. Okay, so that is G. Okay, now that we know our 4 chords, we're going to need to practice changing between them. So I'd recommend practicing just the easiest chords to start with, so switching between C and A minor. So if we get ready with our C, and we're going to do 4 strums and then switch to A minor and do 4 strums there. Okay, here we go. I'm back. Lovely. And now we'll practice between C and F. So slightly more difficult, going from a 1 finger chord to 2 fingers. So again, we'll do 4 strums and then switch and do 4 strums. Lovely. So now we're going to go from C to G. Definitely a bit harder because you've got going from one finger to 3 fingers. The more you practice, the easier it gets. So we'll do 4 on each. So if you keep practicing switching between all of your different chords, it will just become easier and easier. So we might not always want to do exactly the same strumming as we have been doing. So I'll give you some different ideas, but you could always look up some other options online or just come up with your own. So I'll show you using our C chord. And then with our right hand, what you could do, rather than just strumming for each beat, you could pick with your thumb on one string and then strum. So you could go. Or another option might be that you want to do something quieter, and so for that you could just do all picking. So I would use my thumb on the G string, my index finger on the C string, middle finger on the E string, and ring finger on the A string. And so that would sound like this. And you could get quicker and quicker with that, and it can sound really nice. Okay, now we know how to play our chords, I thought we should add some songs. I'm going to start off with a song that only needs one chord, which is C. So that's the one with our third finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. So we can play C the whole way through this song, and it's Frère Jacques, Brother Jack, which I'm sure you all already know. So it will give you a good opportunity to play and sing along at the same time. So I'll just show you how it goes. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous, sonnez les matinées, ding dang dong, ding dang dong. So there you go, nice and easy, just one chord, and you can practice singing along. On to a 2-chord song. For this one, we're going to need C and G. You might find some songs online that have 2 chords and are C and G7, but you could just play the G the way that we've already learnt it instead. So if you want to look up any of those, please do. For this one, it goes like this. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. There you go, just 2 chords and you've got a song. On to a 3-chord song. This time we will need C, F and G. And it's You Are My Sunshine. So a nice positive song. And it goes like this. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. There we go, another nice easy song, just with 3 chords this time. Here's a song that I've been doing with some of the classes, which is learning about loud and quiet. So you could have your children playing some instruments. They could make their own percussion instruments. I can add on some videos on how you can make those, but just very simple things, some pencils tapped together or a shaker with some rice in, something like that. And they can practice doing things loudly and quietly, and you could sing this song for them. So it's got 3 chords in it, and I think is quite easy. Just make sure that you remember yourself to play quietly or loudly, depending on what the song says, to help show the children what to do. So I'll start by picking. Now we're playing quietly, hardly make a sound. Now we're playing quietly, whispers all around. Shh, shh, shh. Do that again. Now we're playing quietly, hardly make a sound. Now we're playing quietly, whispers all around. Shh, shh. And then you get louder. Now play as loudly as you can, boom, crash, bang and roar. Play as loudly as you can, make your voices soar. Play as loudly as you can, boom, crash, bang and roar. Play as loudly as you can, make your voices soar. There you go. Maybe have a go at that with the children, playing different instruments and encouraging them to play very quietly or very loud. Here's another activity that I've been doing with the children, and this one's about turn taking. So it'd be particularly good if you've got a couple of siblings who might want to join in, or if you're in school at the moment and you want to get the children to learn when it's their turn to play and when they want to stop. So normally I would switch it between going, now it's everyone's turn to play, and then now it's one particular child's turn to play. And if you'd like to have your own go as well, you can have now it's my turn to play. So I'll just say now it's your turn to play, but you can put in a name or everyone for that. So again, this only needs 3 chords. Now it's your turn to play. Now it's your turn to play. We're gonna make some music, make some music. Now it's your turn to play. And then while the child plays, you can just play some chords along. And then you could play it again with the next child or with everybody joining in.